What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Life with Libby. This is episode 2, which is so crazy. It is officially sweatshirt weather in Michigan, y'all, and I am freaking pumped about it. Okay, that's a lie. It's actually not officially sweatshirt season, but we're gonna roll with it, okay? It was a little chilly. It got down to like 68, and I was like, it's fall! Everybody everywhere, decorate, decorate, decorate! Before I dive into today's episode and what I want to talk about today, I first want to just thank y'all so much for all of the love that I got on my first video. Woo! Honestly and truly, I was shooting for like 75 views. I was like, okay, if I get 75 views, not all of it will be family. There might be some real people in there. But the last time I checked, I had like 550 views, which I was like, oh, all right then. And I'm just so overjoyed with that because that means I'm reaching way more people than what I had originally thought. I just remembered I didn't turn that light off. Dang it. Now I'm living by myself. I had to pay the power bill and I'm like turning off all the light switches. I'm like a little dad, you know? All the dads go around shutting all the light switches off. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, my views. So I'm just so thankful that it reached so many people because I hope that by you listening to me and listening to my story, you're able to start to walk into your purpose, which I just think is incredible. So walking in your purpose is the most magical thing. Like, I'm having an absolute blast. So today I want to talk about failure because I'm currently in a phase of life where I feel like I'm failing, actually. So this pep talk is probably more for me than it is for anybody else, but we're gonna roll with it. I think that failure is a lie. When you think of failure right now, I want you to think of a scenario in your life where you feel like you failed, okay? Immediately, us as humans, we can think of at least 100 different scenarios where we're like, yeah, I fell flat on my face. But what did you learn? You probably learned and grew so much as a human in that time span of when you failed than you would have if you would have just succeeded. I don't think failure is real. I don't think that you're ever in a scenario in life where you just, it was a loss. It was a complete loss. Like, well, shit, I didn't make it. I didn't learn anything. I just failed. I think that's BS. I think that failure is so important for life because you learn so much more during failure than you do success. When you think about somebody that you want to take advice from, do you want to take advice from somebody who just had it really easy and was like, okay, well, yeah, I did this and then now I'm here and I'm super successful and everything in my life is perfect. No, life is not perfect and that's horseshit. If someone tells you that their life has been perfect, they're lying. Life is messy and life is hard. And you're going to have times where things don't go the way that you planned. They just don't. But when things don't go the way that you planned, that's when you learn things, you know? Instead of looking at something and be like, wow, I failed. I feel awful about myself. I want you, the next time something doesn't go the way that you thought it was going to, I want you to take a second and be like, okay, but what did I learn? What did I learn from that situation? Did I learn how not to do something? Did I learn how to do something better? Did I learn something about myself? I don't think that, and I wasn't necessarily going to talk about this, but this is what I'm struggling with right now is I just walked away from a 3.5-year relationship. I feel like I failed, but I didn't. Jason and I's relationship wasn't a failure. We both learned things about each other and ourselves, and we learned what we do and what we don't want in a relationship, and we didn't work out. And you know what? That's okay, because both of us learned what we do want. I learned what I want and what I don't want, and that's okay. It's fine. And we're going to grow. I'm going to grow so much as a human. It's uncomfortable. And I think that that's part of failure. Failure is really freaking uncomfortable. It's like, oh, shit. I was in this relationship and I thought I was going to marry this person. What are people going to think of me? That's what it really boils down to. That's what failure comes down to, is we're not afraid of failure. We're afraid of what people are going to think of us, and B, it's uncomfortable. Sorry, I have a little snarl here. It's uncomfortable. Trying something new and not hitting your goal is really uncomfortable. But there's so much growth in it. So much growth. Like I said, you don't want to sit down with somebody and be like, okay, what did you learn in life? If somebody was super successful and things were super easy, they're not going to have shit to tell you. But if you sit down and talk with somebody whose life was really hard, you're going to learn so much. You're going to learn so much from somebody. And I think the next time that you go to do something and you're like, well, what if I fail? Awesome. I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope that you fail and you learn and then you succeed. Because you're not always going to fail at the same thing over and over and over again, right? A baby doesn't fail to walk forever, right? They learn and they grow. You don't always burn dinner. Well, I mean, sometimes you burn dinner. But you see what I'm saying? You're not going to fail at the same things over and over and over again. You're going to fail at something, be like, okay, what worked? What didn't? Where can I go from here? That's how we progress as humans, is we fail. And I don't want people to look at failure as a negative thing anymore. Sure, you can be sad when something doesn't work out, or you don't hit your goal, or you don't do something. You can absolutely be sad because it's heartbreaking. It's sad. And that's okay. But then set a timeline. Dr. Andrew's mom, her name is Gretchen. She's the most incredible human I've ever met. She told me this. She said, when something doesn't go the way that you thought, or you're sad about something, or you're anxious about something, give yourself a timeline, okay? Give yourself a timeline to be sad about this, and then done. We're not sad about it anymore. So, 2 days, 2 weeks, however long it takes. Give yourself that timeline, and then when that day comes, you're not sad anymore. You pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, you take a breath, not a break, and you get back on it, sister girl. And you reflect. Okay, I tried to do this. What didn't work? Why did I not get there? Was it because I didn't have the skill set? Okay, then I need to learn how to do that. Was it the timing? Okay, well, let's try it again. What was it that made you not get to your goal? Find that. Find that. I was on the phone with my friend Brooke. She called me right before I started this. And she's like, what are you talking about today? And I was like, failure. And she's like, I failed a lot. I was like, I think that's awesome. She's like, I hate failing. I'm like, why? What did you learn from it? What did you learn from your failure? She's like, a lot. I'm like, shit, yeah, you did. You're going to learn more. Like I said, you're going to learn more from failure than you will success. And when you're going through, oh my gosh, there are little kids. So the kiddos must have just gotten off. I don't know why I looked at my watch. This watch actually doesn't tell the time. I need a new battery. Sorry. The kiddos must have just got off their Zoom not too long ago because there's a ton of kids playing basketball out here. But I'm going to wrap this up because I don't want it to be fluff. I want it to be a message and bold and direct. But stop looking at yourself like you're failing. Because if you were to look at yourself a year ago to where you are now, have you grown and have you failed? And if the answer is yes, then you're in the right direction and you're walking in your purpose and you're doing a damn good job. You're doing a damn good job. And like I said, maybe I need this pep talk. I'm doing a damn good job. Pat yourself on the back. Like, if you're working, busting your ass for something, pat yourself on the back. If you're going through a hard season of life, pat yourself on the back. If you're failing, or you feel like you're failing, be like, shit, I'm failing. I'm learning a ton right now. This is great. This is great, right? Right. So, don't fear failure. You're not failing. You're learning. You're growing. Growth is uncomfortable, but you're doing great. So, that's all I have for y'all today. I know that this was a super short episode, but short and sweet, y'all. People's time is valuable, and right now we live in an Amazon Prime world and nobody has a ton of time. So I hope that y'all have a wonderful week, and I will see y'all back here next Friday. Bye, y'all.